All right. Hey there, it's Sandrina. Welcome back to Ohm Radio 96.3. We are live and local once again at 1640 Meeting Street Road. I'm here with my boy Cam. We have another special guest in the building with us, Miss Stephanie Potter. How are you today, love?
I'm doing well. So happy to be here.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you here. So Stephanie is a Charleston-based folk soul singer-songwriter and artist of the heart, writing story-filled songs about things that matter most. Her background in social work fills her lyrics with hope and compassion. Stephanie's acoustic-driven performances are filled with passionately soulful vocals, energetic rhythms, fun grooves, and a touch of quirkiness. I love it. I love it. So Stephanie, what got you into the transition between social work and music?
Well, both have just stemmed from my own heart about how I experience the world and how I process the world. I always feel like, I need to do something with big emotions that I have.
Yeah, got it. So how long have you been in the social work industry?
Yeah, so I got my master's in social work in 2012, so 10 years already.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long have you been singing?
Well, since childhood.
Okay.
My dad started teaching me guitar when I was like 6.
Nice.
So I started my first band when I was, I think, 13 or 14.
Oh, cool.
So it's just been part of my life and how I process. I write songs that I need in my life, and then I figure maybe other people might get something out of too.
Yeah, I see it's like your third solo album. So
Yes.
how do you think you've evolved from the first one to this one?
Oh my goodness, so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just life experiences and the journey that I've been through. So the first one, Shifting Winds, was all acoustic bass with my sister and my husband. And then in 2020, I released Eden's Embrace, which was a very communal project. Got lots of friends involved and stuff like that. And was very much where I was at pre-COVID shutdown. And then just walking through a lot of the hard stuff that we've all walked through, particularly in the past couple of years. I was basically stuck at home and I've always wanted to learn how to make my own music from home. So now's my chance to play around with it and use the tools at my disposal and just see what happens. And that's where Plasticity came from.
Nice. It's so funny because, I was reading, how was the process of producing your own record and just playing all the instruments and just, recording yourself?
Yeah, it was magical.
That's so funny. I got you, for sure.
Just the creativity of it all, it was cool because I could go about my day and then this new part would come into my head with this song that I'm building, and so I could just drop everything, run to the computer or my guitar and lay down some tracks right there at home. And then just getting to play around with all these new sounds suddenly at my disposal. I mean, like I said, I've played guitar, acoustic and electric forever. But now I had this MIDI keyboard and all sorts of different.
Your first time producing and stuff like that?
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Wow. So
it was fun.
interesting,
Yeah, absolutely. So, what are your influences?
Yeah.
What artists do you look up to?
There's a small couple whose name is Jenny and Tyler. They're one of my favorites. They just write from the heart and, just create real down to earth stuff, whether or not it's hard to hear.
I hear you.
Emotionally, just the lyrical content and stuff like that, and the passion that they pour in. So I'd say they're a big influence, but I mean, I draw musical influences from all types of music.
I hear you.
I go through phases of listening to different
Yeah.
styles, so
Cool. Awesome. So we're going to play a few songs from the EP. So do you want to introduce the first song we'll play?
Sure. Are we gonna do Love Takeover first?
Yeah,
All
absolutely.
right. Yeah. So this one is really gritty and digs deep down into my the core of the pains of life. Some challenges and just horrible traumas that family members have walked through and people in the community and I remember getting to this point of like, there's nothing I can say or do to make this situation better, but like my call and my prayer and every ounce of my being says like, okay, we can't fix this, but we can love and we can come together as a community and just be there together through it. So this is that prayer for love. If God is love, like there's some spiritual elements to it too. So
Beautiful.
to take over.
All right, so this is from the Plasticity EP. We have Stephanie Potter, and this is Love Takeover.
I believe in you.
Right? Me too.
My grandpa used to say, if somebody else can do it, so can I.
That's
That's how I made a scene.
There it is. That's super simple and so important and true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's your favorite song on the album or the EP? Or all of them for different reasons?
yeah, probably different reasons, but I mean, this one I feel like is pretty strong. But Just Be, I think, is one of my favorites as well for calming.
Got
And
it.
just-
I love the production on Just Be.
Yeah. I wanted to create like the environment of where how I felt when those words came to mind.
Mhm.
Like I was outside and just looking around and
Gotcha.
heard birds and all the
I love it.
yeah.
I wanted to just talk a little bit about the inspiration behind the album cover. I love it. You're in a beautiful field, and then you have like a cosmic graphic of the brain, and just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the title Plasticity comes from both a pottery term, which is fun because my last name is Potter.
Wow, there.
But yeah,
Right.
but also there's this term called neuroplasticity in brain science and psychology,
Mm-hmm.
talking about how our brain can innately find new pathways to heal
Nice.
when we're faced with trauma and difficulty. And I feel like that just
That's
encapsulated the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
And
wow.
so I went to, Leah Gerlando has done multiple parts of my artwork over the years, and I went to her and described like, okay, I'm thinking like a brain and showing that new pathways of connection that happens not only inside of you, but how healing can come when you find new pathways like through the world. And so she just, took that to a whole new level with this like glowing feel of like, this is the hope, in dark times, that we can heal with a little bit of flexibility and yeah.
Good stuff.
And I see you performed a lot. Are you looking forward to performing this soon?
Yeah, so actually next week I'm scheduled to be on Fox News,
Oh, wow.
Charleston.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I did a lot of gigging pre-shutdown, and I'm just starting to feel out like, okay, am I gonna get back out there? Or, but for now it's like, okay, this is what I can do from home, and
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So when you started performing and stuff, how did you overcome the anxiety of it, or did you even have any anxiety?
oh, totally. Yeah, I think just when I always remind myself okay, me sharing this stuff is not about me and
Yeah.
like how anybody perceives me. They don't have to like me.
Yeah.
Like that's okay, you know, but this is my act of love of like sharing a part of who I am and you know, maybe some things that will encourage somebody else. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I absolutely love that. Wow. So, Stephanie, tell the people where to find you on social media.
yeah, so I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Instagram and Facebook are Stephanie Potter Music, and then Twitter is Steph Potter Music, and that's STEFANE. My website, stephaniepotter.com, has links to all the ways where you can hear my music on different platforms.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to, I guess, just close out with Just Be. I guess this is probably one of my favorites on the EP. Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we, play this song?
Yeah, so this one was, again, one written for myself. And then I decided, maybe other people might benefit from it. I was feeling very anxious at the start of the pandemic, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't go out there and gig right now. I'm not working in social work right now. What do I do? And it was this prayer, and I heard from God, like, just be who you're meant to be. And
That's right.
just flow. So
Wow.
it's got me through.
There you go. There's nothing like creating something as therapy, not just for the
Yeah.
people, but for yourself, most importantly. And you just, you can only hope that the people will enjoy
Yeah,
it.
just sharing your experience.
Exactly. And we're so much more connected than we think. And when we put things out like this, it definitely validates that.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for just being and being true to yourself as an artist and, doing your thing.